It's
Yeah.
the 27th of November. This is Rabbi Levitt, Nefesh Hachaim.
Hey,
I'm not
so
gonna be able to make our second class today. I have to go to the doctor.
okay.
There's two of us. No.
Uh-oh.
All right. So I'll meet you at the theatre. Where
Cinema City.
Cinema City. Right. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we are, let's see, we started Perek Yud Daled on Yom Shishi Erev Shabbos. We started Perek Yud Daled. Yeah, and we got up to says over here, L'chein Rabu Mishpatei Hashem. Maybe we should just start from the beginning again. He'll just read it through quickly until we get to the place that we need to get to.
All right.
So starts off like this: V'kein al his orus shelamala al yedei b'chinas hamachshava. And also, in regard to the awakening of the upper worlds through the medium of a person's machshava, his thought process, his maybe it means also his hargushas, his feelings. Amar David Amelech, Olav Shalom, Hayotze Yachel Libam Hamevin, El Kol Masehem. Hashem is the former of the heart together. He understands El Kol Masehem, to all of the actions. Hayatzarik Loimar Hamevin Kol Masehem. Should have said Kol Masehem without the El Kol Masehem. Ulamala Perik Yudbeis Hirashnu Al Bechinas Hamase. We explained that this refers to the medium of action, of trying to do something. V'yesh lefarsho gamken al bechinas hamachshava. But we can also explain it, and it's referring to the medium of machshava. Who, and that is ki yetachem sheshnei anoshim osim avera achas. It could be that two people do the exact same avera, being kol zeh, and all that, notwithstanding, ein onshin shava. Their onish is not equal. And why is that? For a couple reasons. O mipnei she'echad siklo v'hasagoso yoter gedola michavero, mitzad sheshorish nishmoso emimokum gavo ve'elyon mishel chavero. Either because one person's he's cut from a different neshama, and he's got more seichel, he's got more hasaga than the other one. Kamashikosav, like it says in the Tekunim and other places, and also the Arizal mentions this, and in the Chaim Vital, in Priyetz Chaim, and Gilgulim, Eno Doma Hamatanef Chatzer Hamelech Limitanef Palter and Shomelech. Then he goes into this mashal about the one that sullies and makes unclean the courtyard of the Melech is not going to get the same onish as the one that does so to the throne of the Melech, or to his royal garments, or to his crown. ואף שכל עולם שהוא יותר גבוה בנעלה, אין בכוח האבון לפעול בו פגם ברושם גודל כל כך, עם כל זה עונשו גודל יותר. אם מי שהוא ממונה לטהר ולסחתי כיסרו של מלך, Im heshir olav afilu avak mu'at levad. So somebody who's entrusted, his job is to take care of the crown of the melech. He's going to get more flack just for leaving one speck of dust on the crown of the melech. Then whatever the person who's entrusted with keeping the courtyard clean would be reprimanded for, whatever is done over there. Ein aruch v'dimyon le'onsho le'onish hamamuna le'nakot chotzer melech afim heshir or yeniach v'tocho harbe refes petit. Even if the guy leaves the courtyard an absolute disgrace, it's not going to be the same thing as the speck in the crown of the melech. That's what we got up to. And we're starting from, it says, Ulechein, Rabu Mishpatei Hashem. Okay. Everybody got the place? Oh, I see Mayor's coming in. Mayor was calling me yesterday. Well, okay.
No,
Okay, Roy, would you like to start
all right,
today?
no, I've lost the place already. Was it?
Rabbi Levitt, did Alan Marcus call you? He was wondering if we're
Oh,
in.
good morning, Mayor. I didn't get a call.
Oh, okay.
I sent him a link.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Okay.
Well, the up, the call, alum, no. King me, no. Afilu, where is it? Sorry. That's
Ulechein Rabu Mishpatei Hashem.
say it again.
Ulechein
Oh, that's
Rabu Mishpatei Hashem.
all right. What is that? Oh, okay.
This is in Perik Yud Dalet.
Yes,
Okay.
about 25 lines into the parak.
Okay. Ulechein.
It's about 7 lines before the end of the paragraph that ends with the bringing a Gemara in Yuma. Here, Huri Avera, Kashi Me'avera.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. V'lachein Rabu. Okay.
Oh, you read
Okay,
it.
Mayor's got the place.
Well, all right. The Lochain, here it is. I think the Lochain Rabu
Right.
Mishpatim Hashem Emes. Beshinui Halukim Ha'anashim Ein Kate. So far, it's therefore there are infinite levels of God's judgment.
Ulechein Rabu Mishpatei Hashem Emes. Shinui Chiluke Ha'onshim Le'en Kates.
All right, okay. L'chol echad b'fi midoronos hapagam b'risholosh nishomoscha ma'azeh on olam Hatzkov. Katzbov. I don't know why I've got no light here. The infinite levels of God's true judgment in distinguishing punishment according to each person's level of damage to the source of his soul from whichever world it was hewn.
Hewn.
The world it was hewn.
Yeah, carved out from. Okay.
So do I go on, or do you want to discuss that?
Yeah, so the reason why there's have to be so many levels of judgment is because it's not simply a judgment on the action that was done. If that would be true, so then there would be one punishment for that one action that the person did. But since it's also taken into account that action was done by this person, by this Jew, who his neshama is hewn from a different place in the Kisei Kavod, and it reaches a different spiritual location in the universe. So therefore, the bagam, the blemish that Avera caused is totally different, even though it's the same exact action as what the other Jew did. And so therefore, the Mishpat Hashem is according to the pagam that the Avera did, not just looking at the Avera itself. Good morning, Alan.
Did get in. Good.
Glad you were able to get in.
Okay, now. Should have been automatic, but somehow it didn't work. But I'm here.
Okay, Baruch Hashem.
Oh, good morning, Alan.
Everybody looks good.
Baruch Hashem. Yeah.
And Mayor's smiling. Happy camper.
That's right.
Baruch Hashem, that's good.
We're,
Good to
we're
be a happy
getting our
camper.
we're getting our blessing today that we daven for.
Oh, the rain.
Oh yeah,
Ishmei bracha.
that's right. Absolutely.
Ezrat Hashem. Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go now to the next sentence.
Will I continue or someone else?
Yeah, you can continue.
All right. Okay. Gam lo yeh onash shnei hanashim, or the punishment of the two people is not the same due to different thoughts.
Mitam shelo haisa machshavas.
Mata'am Yoso Machshavos Shenihem Shana Ba'as Asaye no Asayas on Vahapgam Nimshach V'Halamoth Gam Lefi Anim Hamach Shava Bishos Vasiya. Well, the punishment of the two people is not the same due to their different thoughts at the time of performing the sin, with the damage also impacting the worlds according to the thought at the time of the performance.
Right. Right. So this is now a second reason why it is that the pagam that's made as a result of the avera is different, and correspondingly the onish, which goes according to the pagam that was made from the avera, is going to be different.
Mhm.
Pagam nimshach olamos gam lefi inin machshava b'shas asiyah. Right. In other words, if a person had uh, what type of a machshava can a person have when he's doing an avera? I mean, a person could be thinking that he may not realize that what he's doing is an avera. He may think it's something that he needs to do, and he's trying to do something which is a proper thing to do, but he doesn't realize that it's an avera. So that makshava would be judged less, more leniently, presumably, than somebody that is just doing this avera because that's he's not concerned about the Ratzon Hashem. He's just concerned about what he wants to do. So that makshava that he's doing, that he has at the time of the avera, even though the actual act is exactly the same as the other one, so that'll make presumably a greater pagam on that account, even though it's the same exact avera in terms of its action.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's the second reason why the onish is going to be different.
Mhm. All right, so I'm doing now for im ISO Hidavik יותר מחשבתו להעברה ודאי שהוא ראוי לעונש יותר גדול, כי אז הפגם מגיע חס ושלום. מגיע חס ושלום לעולמות יותר עליונים. If one attaches more thought to the sin, then he's certainly fitting for he's certainly fitting for a far greater punishment, as the damage then, God forbid, reaches higher worlds. If one attaches more thought to the sin, I suppose it means if he's thinking about the sin and reveling in it.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I guess that's what he must mean. Right, it's not so clear. You're right.
All right. So maybe someone else can continue. But I've read quite a bit there. No one else?
Okay, hey, you want to take over? See where we were holding?
Not exactly.
Alan's coming in again.
Umitayam.
Okay, 1 second.
Umitam zeh.
Mitam's there. Okay, hold on 1 second, please. Let's see. Oh, okay. No, that's Mitam Shalo. Okay, hold on. Okay, we did that. Okay, I have it. Okay, I'll continue. Umitam zeh hashogeg on show yoter kal mehamezid.
Right, and for this reason, someone who does an avera b'shogeg will say unwittingly, let's say, yeah, his onish is yoter kal, is more light, me'amezi, than the one who realizes that this is an avera, and he's nevertheless doing it with full intent and premeditation and desire, than the one that doesn't realize those things.
Wow.
Oh, now this is and he finishes off this paragraph with this Gemara.
Yeah, Gemara from Yoma says, "V'lachein amru shehir hure avera kashin me'avera." It's from Yoma.
Right. So now this we can take a look at this Gemara over here. This is Yuma Chavtes 29.
Okay, let me just go get it. Kaf 10.
Right, I've got. You don't think I've got the honor? I'm pretty sure I haven't.
Which day is that, right? The rain is going to be off and on. Certainly. Okay, Yoma. What pedaf was that? Kaftet.
Oh, we need to know whether it's Amid Aleph or Amid Beis.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell us, does it?
Um.
Yoma Kaftet.
Oh, here I see it's actually on the very first page, on the very first line of Amid Aleph.
Oh,
Avera kashu me'avera.
oh yeah. Okay, very good.
Ahmed Zuma the Shishma.
Let's see what this is.
This is Nefesh Dana. Help the reader. What is this all about?
What's a sinner worse than? Wow. Huh.
Yeah, so it says Yerhure Avera Kashu Avera. It says Rashi, Yerhure Avera Tabas Nashim. Is Taba for Nashim, desire for women. Kashim Lahakhish Es Besaro Yoter Migufo Shalmaset. Okay. Now, Rashi is actually saying a little bit differently than the Nefesh Hachaim is learning from this statement. The Rashi is saying Kashim Lahakhish Es Besaro. yoter mi gufoi shel masa. What Rashi is saying, let's just start off with what Rashi says, and then we could appreciate the chiddush that Reb Chaim is saying in Nefesh Hachaim. Rashi is saying that it's more difficult to be machish, to go against and oppose and the flesh from having thoughts of a doing an avera with a woman, more so than the actual gufa shomasa, the actual act of physically doing a masa with a woman who is forbidden to him. So that's an interesting way that Rashi looks at it. It's totally not the pshat that Reb Chaim is saying into it. There's different insights into a Ma'amar Chazal. But what Reb Chaim is in Nefesh Chaim is saying that we just got through talking about the fact that one act is judged not simply based upon the physical act itself, but based upon the thoughts process and the intent and the desire in the action, the machshava. And so therefore he learns that this mimer is saying that it's the machshava about. That's the hirhurim. The hirhurim are the thoughts and the machshava about such a thing that a person would have. Those are what really make the avera much more severe than the actual doing of the avera in the physical act itself. Okay. So we're learning over here that what the severity of an action is judged according to the machshava that goes into the action, even more so than the actual act itself. Not to say that the actual act itself is non-consequential and is not a serious sin. Of course it is. But what makes it much more so is the thought that is involved in it. Okay. And now we go. He's going to now quote the pasuk again. Zehu shekasav hayotze yachad libam. And that now is the way he wants to explain this pasuk that he started off this parak with. And Lou, would you like to continue?
Okay. Where exactly are we?
Zeu shekasav hayotze yachad libam. We need an art scroll over here.
It's a very I don't know if you have the same book I have, but it's the last.
I have it. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's see. This is as it is written.
What page, excuse me, what page and chapter are we on?
In my book, it's 223.
No, I need the gate number and the chapter number.
Gate 1, chapter 14.
Chapter 14?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a second. Ken? Ken.
Oh, yes. Well, saying the time here, we go to
Okay, sorry about that.
He who fashions their hearts together.
Amen.
Hayinu
Still, yeah.
Yachad Machshavos Libam Kamo Shaper Sho Rabosenu Zichronam Livracha B'Maseches Rosh Hashanah. That is, he sees the thoughts of their hearts together. And then there's a reference here to Rosh Hashanah. I'm saying Hamevin El Kol Ma'asehem.
What's
He
the
understands all their needs. Ratza Lomar She Hayotzer Elyon Yisbarach Shemo. That is to say, he forms Hashem forms on high. I'm sorry, he sees, Hashem, who is on high, sees Umevin and understands Machshavos Libam, the thoughts of their heart, Ha Mitz Taref Es Maasehem, which attach to their actions. Vidan Es Kol Echad, and he judges each one. Kefi Inyan Machsheves Libo, according to the matter of the thoughts of his heart. Shehaya be'es asisa asias ha'avon, at the time the sin was performed.
Yeah, so the Roy Yachad, the Yachad means the unity, the attachment of the Machshava together with the action. It's a package. What did the person do? He did an Aveira, that's just the action. But then attached to that action was the Machshava. So Hashem is Roy Yachad. Libam, what the heart, the lave that was attached to the masa, to the physical acts, and accordingly, each person has a different judgment, because it doesn't go only according to the physical act that was done. Okay, good. And now we go to Cain Amar Shlomo Melech. And we go to Alan to continue the reading.
The page, I haven't found the page yet, sorry. Is it after, and so said King Solomon? Which
That-
action?
That's it.
That's it.
That's exactly where we're at. Right. Good. Great.
So, all right, so and so said King Solomon, for each action emphatic will God, okay, bring it to judgment related to that which is hidden, intending to convey that in addition to the punishment for the physical action of the sin, God Elohim blessed be his name, will also bring to judgment the entire action, to repeat the judgment also on the hidden thought, how and in what manner it occurred at the moment of action. And so, wait a minute. You just lost the page again. What page is it? Sorry.
Somebody can help Alan out with the page.
I don't know, if you have the same book I have?
We'll
Yeah.
have it on the computer.
Well, I don't know, do you have 223? Oh, that's what we're on, I think. Page 223, taking you away from where you were, where you are now.
Therefore our sages said, but from Baba comma 50a, all who say that the Holy One, blessed be he, makes the concessions. Is
Yeah.
that ahead of it or before it?
No. Wait a minute.
Sages said, from Baba comma, all who say that the Holy One, blessed be he, makes concessions. This life will be conceded.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good that you mentioned that. We can do Chazorah. You know where that was? Hashem Batran, Yevasu Chayav. Where did we say that? It was in previous chapters. It was. Where does it say that? I thought we started off a parak like that. Like, yeah, that was the last paragraph in chapter 12. You're reading from the last paragraph in chapter 12 of a comma.
Okay.
So you need to go. Need to finish that chapter and go to chapter 13, and then bypass chapter 13, and then get into chapter 14.
Do you want 14? I have chapter 13 right now.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Chapter 14.
Do you have page numbers on your computer?
And two, regarding the, I can read Gate 1, chapter 14, the beginning, and 2, regarding the arousal above aspect of thought. King David stated, he who forms together their hearts and minds and understands the direction of all around.
Okay, we'll keep going. Another couple of paragraphs, another few paragraphs. You know where we were when you come to King Solomon.
This we learned in the Tikkunim, one who blemishes below also blemishes above.
Mm-hmm. Can you see Solomon around there?
Even though in a world that is more elevated and sublime, the sin has no power to cause within it.
I think you might have gone too far. If one attaches more thought to the sin, then he is certainly fit for a far greater punishment, this is as it is written. This is as is written. He who fashions their hearts together.
Is this 13 or 14?
14.
14.
You're in the, we're sort of in the.
And he said, after this, my son, it may not escape your eyes.
I didn't hear what you said.
In these three aspects, action, speech, and thought.
I don't know.
I think he went too far now. Okay.
Yeah, I know where action, speech, and thought is. It's on the next page. It's a little bit too far. You need to go back just a short amount.
Oh, okay. Beginning of 14?
No, not the beginning.
At the beginning.
Maybe you should just start reading from the beginning of 14. We'll just have a chazorah, and we'll
Yeah.
tell you when to stop.
As we learned in the Tikkunum, at the end of 43, one who blemishes below also blemishes above.
Yeah, okay. Read from there.
Keep it, okay. To the place where his soul and Shama is quarried, and also there. And when man performs sins in relative to that person, does the sin rise to the source from where his soul, Shama, is quarried, and his punishment is adjusted according to his level? And so we also wrote the Arizal in the beginning of the section on rectifying sins, and in the pre-Eitz Chaim, and in the introduction to the chapter on Shabbos, and we can not compare one who sullies the courtyard of the king to one who sullies the palace. How much more so to the throne or the robes of splendor, and even more so the crown. Even though in a world that is more elevated and sublime, the sin has no power to cause within it as significant a blemish or impression, even so his punishment is even greater. For one who is appointed to polish and burnish the king's crown, if he left on it even a tiny speck of dust, there's no way to compare the extent of his punishment to the punishment of one who was appointed to clean the king's courtyard, even if he left or placed within it a large amount of mud or clay. And therefore Hashem's judgments are many and infinite different details of punishment, each one according to the level of a blemish at the root of his soul from which it is quarried. Also, two people's punishments won't be equal by reason that their thoughts weren't equivalent at the time they performed the sin, and the blemish drawn through the worlds is also according to the thought at the time it was performed. And if one attached his thoughts more to the sin, is certain that he is worthy of greater punishment, for then the blemish reaches heaven for fin, the still higher worlds. As for this reason, one who unintentionally performs a sin receives a lesser punishment than one who does it purposely. And therefore they said that thoughts about sin are more severe than the sin itself. That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That the thoughts about sin are more severe than the sin itself. Wow. As is written in Tehillim, he who forms together their minds and hearts, that is, he envisions the thoughts of their hearts, minds, as our sages explained in Tractate Rosh Hashanah, and understands the direction of all their actions, as if to say that the lofty former, blessed be his name, envisions and understands the thoughts of their hearts and minds, that joins in their actions and judges each one according to the thought of his heart mind at the moment he performs a sin. And so, said King Solomon, for every action, in fact, will Hashem bring to judgment related to that which is hidden, intending to convey that in addition to the punishment for the physical action of the sin, it will also bring judgment to the entire action, to report the judgment also on the hidden thought, how and in what manner it occurred at the moment of action.
Okay, now you're up to where we want to get up to.
Okay,
and so Shlomo said.
Okay, and so we also said in Mishlei, Hashem founded the earth with wisdom, established the heavens with deep understanding. The depths of the oceans were clear with knowledge. He included in this generally the world's earth in the middle world, heaven in the general category of the upper worlds, and depth of the oceans is the general category of the worlds. And then he said after this, my son, may it not escape your eyes. We found the term eye a few places in relation to the topic of thought, as it says in Koheles, and my heart saw the wise in his eyes or in his head, and the term escape we found in the Mishnah as a term of distortion or crookedness, as in crooked is he, and he made his Father in heaven depart from above him. And that is written, my son, please spare and have compassion on the dear worlds that were created with wisdom, intelligence, and knowledge, and take care that you shouldn't cause, heaven forbid, a distortion or corruption with one thought that isn't good, heaven forbid.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the whole paragraph. Okay, so right. Okay. Good. So let's go from there. Ve'elu hagimel bechinos. Now he's going to speak about the gimel bechinos, the three mediums.
Right.
Medium well, medium rare, or just medium. He's got three different mediums. Okay. And we call upon Roy to continue the reading.
Okay. Ve'elu hashalosha bechinos ma'aseh dibur machshava hein kalil bechinos פנימיות של האדם, שהם השלושה בחינות נפש, רוח, neshama. These three levels of action, speech, and thought directly correspond to the general inner levels of man's soul, which are Nefesh, Ruach, and Nechama.
Neshama.
And Neshama, sorry. Yeah, okay. And now he explains each of them. Ki Hama'aseh, Hu Mibechinas Nefesh, כמו שכתוב במדבר תסבו למד, which says, והנפש אשר תעשה, and says, הנפשות ourselves. And in Vayikra, Yud Ches Kof Tes, Vaharba Harbe Kiyon Katsa. And it's written, action comes from the level of Nefesh, as is written in the Nefesh, which will do. There's a Nefesh which will do. And it's also written the Nefesh, the Nefashot doing so. And many similar verses. For the blood of the Nefesh resides and is clothed within the blood of man. Oh, I didn't read that, did I? Ki Chadam Hu Nefesh in Devarim Good base. Kaf Gimel. Shena Nefesh. Shoresh. Shore. Misla Beish. Badam. Hadam. Belichain Ake Mishkona. The Kove Shahu Kolo Dam.
Iker Mishkana the Kaved Jehu Kuloidam. So in other words, the main repository where the Nefesh resides is in the Kaved,
Inside
which
the
is all blood.
The liver?
Right.
therefore is principally resident in the liver, which is all blood.
Huh.
And the blood is distributed through the specific parts of the limbs of the body.
Because this comes from the pasuk that you mentioned. It's ki adam hu nefesh.
Hmm.
The dam is the nefesh.
Yeah, the blood is the nefesh that the nefesh inhabits and clothes itself in man's blood, and therefore the crux of nutrition is the bone to the liver, is that it's full of blood. The circulation of blood in all parts and divisions of the limbs, the implements of action, is what provides them with vitality, with vital ability and arousal, so that they're able to enact and perform that is in their potential. The circulation of blood should cease from a limb, that limb will wither and won't have the ability to do anything. It is a dead limb. Wow.
Okay.
Anyway, it's time.
Okay, so that's it for today. 11:30, I see. So
Yeah.
we'll continue tomorrow, Be'ezus Hashem.
Thank you,
All right.
Rabbi.
I'll see you tomorrow then. Thank you. All right.
Okay, everybody's got to vote now. We wish them bracha v'atzlacha in your
Amen.
endeavors today.
Very good.
Okay.
And Mayor, all the best.